A very, very good evening and a warm welcome to one and all on this pleasant Sunday evening. A topic that is going to be very interesting, I'm sure, because हर किसी को तो वो that first impression is very, very important. और हर कोई अपना एक वो फर्स्ट इम्प्रेशन जमाना ही चाहता है, चाहे वो पर्सनल लाइफ में हो या फिर प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में. So, in the next 60 minutes, what we're going to be covering, thank you for all of you for all the love that you're sending on Air Meet and the thumbs up too. So, thank you all for joining in on Air Meet as well as on all the other audiences on our Facebook Live. Very warm welcome once again to each one of you for taking this time. The next 60 minutes is going to be one super amazing journey of what कि वो इम्प्रेशन कैसे बनाते हो. और आज के इस सेशन में हम 3 स्पीकर्स होंगे. So I have Guru with me, I have Sonal and myself Deepa Krishnan who will be walking you through. कहते हैं ना कि एक ब्लॉकबस्टर से पहले ट्रेलर कैसे चलता है वो that determines how the blockbuster is going to be. So जो आज का टॉपिक है वो ये है कि वो ट्रेलर धमाकेदार होगा कि नहीं, उसी से तो पता चलेगा कि ब्लॉकबस्टर भी चलेगा कि नहीं. So I request one and all the students, all the NCC cadets, everybody who's joined the call to please put in your questions on the AirMeet question bank. For all of you, request you to move your questions from chat to the question bank. And the ones who have logged in from your laptops, please you have the added advantage of being able to raise your hand and ask a video question to any of us on the panel today. We will also be taking questions from Facebook. So all the ones who are on the Facebook Live too, we shall be taking questions from there as well as AirMeet today. So ladies and gentlemen, जिस तरह से मैंने कहा कि ये तो ट्रेलर है ब्लॉकबस्टर के लिए और इम्प्रेशन तो जमाना बहुत जरूरी होता है. So the topic today is going to be about building an outstanding out resume. So how do you make that? Well, there are hundreds of people who would have been who would have applied for the same job as you. There would be one out of one out of 100, one out of 1,000. How would you get noticed? वो first impression कैसे जमाना है? बिल्कुल उसी बारे में कहने के लिए आज हमारे साथ है गुरु प्रसाद, the young recruiter, the HR recruiter who is a recruiter with Inspiration Manpower Private Limited. And if I really have to give an introduction of him, he will just say, I'm the recruiter by the day and a cadet trainer by the night. So Guru, actually, when we did our registrations, as part of the registrations, we had 2 questions that were given out in the registration. How many pages should a fresher's resume have? And the answers were very interesting. It said 1 page, 2 pages, or 3. So we had 46.9% saying it should be 1 page. And you would be surprised to hear 46.3% said it should be 2 pages. And 6.8% said it should be 2 pages. So 1 page and 2 page has very thin line of about 0.6% between them. So 46.9% said that the fresher's resume need to be 1 page. And the next question that we had asked is, should a fresher have an objective statement or summary statement, as they say, right? Any guesses? Well, 66.7% said yes. So Guru, I would request you, you being a young HR recruiter, why does one need a resume, or and should it be well crafted? Should it be 1 page for a fresher? What are the various components of a resume?
Yeah, hi Deepa. To answer your first question, so what would be the length of a resume was given out, right? So I saw the stats are pretty close. That's a good battle, if we can say. 48.9, 48.3 is pretty close. Okay, to answer that, a maximum of 1 page for a fresher is what everybody would suggest. Okay, so all the details which is required should be crisp and put out in that one single page, because a recruiter, let's say, with an average count, he only spends max to max of 6 seconds time on every single resume. So You give it 2 pages, he's got no time. He's not going to take time and sit and read everything. The 6 seconds, a single page, you have everything, you get it. So, going to the next thing. So, what is a resume? What? How do you write a resume? So, what is a resume? A resume is a paper which shows a brief reflection of you yourself. So, it contains all your skills, your achievements, and experience if you have any. Understand its sole purpose is to advertise yourself. If it stands out, consider it sold, consider yourself sold. And it is the first thing a hiring manager or the hiring team or a recruiter would even look through before looking at you yourself. So if you need to stand out, it has to be the best, right? So, and when coming down to writing, how to write a resume, so there is no one specific way to write a resume. You just run a Google search, you can see around 15 to 18 million ways of writing a resume. So there's no one specific way to write a resume. Now coming down to structure a resume. What our today's topic is mainly about: how to write a standing out resume. So if your resume has to stand out, there are 5 to 6 things which should be in a resume, in a single page resume, to catch the eye of a recruiter, to catch the eye of the company you're applying for. First thing, it you always must remember it must be written in a reverse chronological order, which means the other way around, in a descending order to be precise. And the first and foremost information on your sheet of paper on your resume would be your name and your contact number. So your contact details might include your phone number as well as the email ID. So if you're applying it for the company, then make sure your phone number is available, because they would try to definitely reach you if you're not available by your email. And then comes your objective. And we also had another poll question: is objective important? Yes, it is important. And this objective must solely be written by yourself. When a person is writing a resume, he or she should understand, okay, why is this person writing a resume, and for what company or what kind of job is he looking for? So the objective must be crisp, a maximum of 3 to 5 liner, which has all the action verbs that a person will be looking for, because that is the first thing which a recruiter will see after your name. So if that has everything what the recruiter requires, perfect, you're there. Your resume is in the yes bin and not in the no bin. Coming down, we need to sit and highlight the experience, if you have any, or any relevant internships or something which you have hands-on experience on, put up there. So this makes your chances of being a shortlist of, let's say, a 30% or 40% or higher. So that is a very good order, right? And coming next, you have to highlight your achievements. So there was a brief study which the HR community did. So is achievements important or duties important? So it came up saying achievements, is because achievements is something what you have hands-on experience on. Again, so if possible, back it up with numbers. So for example, achievements in the sense, if you have organized an introductory program in your college which is attended by 1,500 students, how did you organize it, how did you manage it? That is your achievement. So whatever in papers or something which can be quantified, you just put it in there. That helps you a lot. And then comes the skills section. Skill section is nothing but a culmination of your soft skills as well as your hard skills. Soft skills is you having good communication and all this stuff. Your hard skills are the hands-on experience, and hard skills differ from the domain you're applying for. So, for example, you all know the basic domains, right? IT, non-IT, and then IT, yes, and everything. So, based on the domain, let's say for if you get into IT, into a software part, so they would be looking for something into programming, let's say JavaScript. So, you have to highlight these skill sets as what you have. You come to a non-IT, let's say finance based or something like that. So, Tally 9, something like that. So, these are the skill sets you have to highlight instead of I'm a good team player and all this stuff. And then coming down, we have the educational details, and remember, reverse chronological order. So highest qualification first and the lowest in the last. So portray it this way and it is better. And last but not the least, your personal details, where it has to contain your name, your date of birth, and the location and the address you're from. Because the very most important thing is, if I'm recruiting you, I have to see, okay, this person is from Bangalore, I won't be wasting time. I'll see, okay, this person is from Bangalore. I have openings in Bangalore, I'll put you in. And the location where you are in Bangalore is very much important too. And even if you add on few details like languages known, that you can stand out. So if you know 5 or 6 languages, put that in. So it will help them differentiate you between the others. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Guru. That is really informative and that's a very well structured way of putting out our resumes. तो आप ये कहना चाहते हो कि ये समरी स्टेटमेंट जो होता है वो बहुत ही ज्यादा इम्पैक्टफुल रहता है और वही एक चीज होता है जो एक रिक्रूटर को एक एम्प्लॉयर को ये बताता है कि हाँ मुझे ये रेज्यूमे देखना है कि नहीं. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ऑल ऑफ दोज tips that you've been giving about how a resume should be and the various components of the resume. Now that we know why we need a resume and how to craft it, a question that I want to put out to everybody in the audience. So, do you please let me know, is behavioral skills important to be added in a resume? Do you think that behavioral skills are important to add in your resume? The ones on AirMeet would be able to vote, so please vote. I have a very interesting voting coming up. This is interesting. This is very good. This is getting very interesting. Alrighty. So, is behavioral skills important to be added in a resume? 83% of our audience believes yes, it is very important to be adding behavioral skills in a resume. Well, to speak more about it, we have our second speaker, Sonal Singh. Sonal is an entrepreneur and for better half of almost 2 decades now, an MBA in finance, but her heart has always been in the HR. She started Rian Placements in 2007, and it is a women-centric placement agency. So you know that, Nari Shakti ki jai, she believes in empowering women. And Sonal, how do I put my best foot forward? ये behavioral skills जो होता है ये कितना जरूरी होता है and what are the keywords that needs to be used? और आपने जैसे कहा था right, like when Guru was saying how do I have that edge, तो मैं अपने आप को कैसे मार्केट कर सकता हूँ या कर सकती हूँ एक रेज्यूमे के थ्रू?
Thank you, Deepa, for that question and for that fantastic intro. So to start with, I would say that Guru has very clearly taken us through the steps of crafting a really standout resume. The steps are very clear. But the thing is, अब आपने resume तो बना लिया है. The next step is this is going to go to a recruiter. So from a recruiter's perspective, what is it that I will look for? And as Guru very correctly said, I'm just going to glance through a resume for maybe about 5 to 7 minutes and not more than that. If those words don't stand out, I am not going to even go any further. Apart from that, also keep in mind that the recruiters are HR qualified people. Suppose you're applying for a finance job. These people may not know what kind of skills they need to look for in your resume. So it's just the keywords that they're going to focus on. Now, how to incorporate those? As Guru said, the opening of a resume, the objective is very important. I agree. The impact comes there. The impact statement where you are portraying yourself is extremely important. So for example, I'll just use a few examples here. I think it will be clearer that way. Suppose you are applying for a job in the manufacturing industry, and they're looking for a person. The job description that you have seen, the job posting that you have seen, maybe on Naukri or in the newspaper, on the website, it says that they need a SAP certified professional with knowledge of maybe even Navision software. Or else maybe it says that they're looking for somebody who has had experience in organizing activities or meets or conferences. Now, that is what you need to catch. And that needs to come into the resume. So ideally speaking, the resume that you send out will be customized as per every job. So that customization comes in the objective. So you start something off with, I'm a SAP certified professional with extra your certification in dash, dash, dash. Or else if you've been a sports person, then you start off with, I'm a national, or rather I'm a state level basketball champion. Sports has driven me. If you are like an NCC cadet, for example, then you start with that, you lead with that. So basically that 5 or 4 liner is how you lead the conversation, how you kind of, lure the recruiter in. So the recruiter gets interested, like you said very correctly, Deepa. I mean, picture se pehle trailer aata hai. Ab agar trailer hi acha aa gaya, so I mean, you're interested to go and, you want to see the film, yeah. You'll spend that 800-900 रुपए, और बॉम्बे में तो खैर 1000-1200 के टिकट्स आते हैं, तो आप उतना पैसा खर्च करके जाओगे. So that's the trailer. So make it really interesting. Now, Guru mentioned actionable verbs. They're extremely important. If you are a fresher, I'll take it two ways. If you're a fresher, आपका resume एक पेज का है, right? You've got your objective statement down, सब हो गया, आपका scholastic record लिख दिया आपने, you've also put down all your achievements and stuff. Now, be very careful when you come to your skill sets or achievements, because these are your strengths. When you're putting down your strengths, they need to be quantified. I participated in a drama competition in class 12th at regional level. That kind of thing may not get you as much mileage as the fact if you quantify it. So what was the result? Why did you participate in that competition? But did you get any learning from it? Can you quantify that thing? Have you, like Deepa mentioned in her introduction, have you ever established something? Have you networked ever? Have you coordinated an activity? Or have you led some kind of a project or a team, even if it was a school project, maybe a class 10 or a class 12, one of those inter-school competitions wherein you might have been the team lead leading the project for a science fair. That works as well. That shows me your leadership qualities. Or the fact, are you a tenacious individual? So you mentioned that, for example, I have donated blood every year, or else there is an activity I do on a yearly basis. You volunteer at an animal shelter. You volunteer at an old age home, but quantify it. How long have you volunteered there? Because that is what will show me your drive and passion. The minute I see this, I would be sucked in. Because let's face it, I mean, everybody, if you're applying for a job, I represent the company, I see your resume, I expect you're going to be honest, you'll report on time, you'll be punctual, you'll get well, you'll have some interpersonal skills, you'll get along with the others, and you will basically follow the orders that your seniors are giving you. So these things I take for granted that you're already bringing to the table. What else? Initiative taking, problem solving, the fact that I am a proactive individual willing to work well in teams, the fact that I love coordinating things, the fact that you are good at negotiation, because today, I mean, be it any segment in the industry, be it finance, marketing, or HR, negotiation skills have become really important, especially since the world is going virtual. So you have to present yourself in a very, very clear manner nowadays. So basically, just remember, you have a resume. Just remember, I as a recruiter or any company is going to look for a few words. If you're a professional, you have some work experience, you have a 2-page resume. Again, the objective statement becomes your skills. That becomes your quantifiable. Don't tell me that I have always achieved company targets. Preset targets. If you're a salesperson, don't tell me on your resume that I achieve my targets on an annual basis. Tell me if you have, what profitability have you got for the company? What is your PGOI? Have you been able to quantify it in terms of crores so that I understand what this fellow is talking about? So basically, all I would say is be yourself on the resume, keep it short, keep it simple, but make sure that all information is going in. That's vital.
Thank you, Sonal. That was really informative. ये आपने बहुत अच्छी तरह से कहा कि किस तरह से ये सारे skill sets जो है हमारे पास, जो हम अपने college days से या फिर school days से, the ones that we've been able to use even while being an intern, right? So how we can use all of those elements and using the actionable verbs, how can we create that standout resume, and what are the key skills? How do we use our those key words into a resume? So that was really very well brought out. Now, you must be wondering ki Sonal is from the recruitment agency, so is Guru from the recruitment agency. So boys and girls, I'm Deepa Krishnan, and I am the director global operation for Consley Consulting, and also a cadet trainer by passion. What am I going to talk to you about? I'm sure you must be wondering that, right? इन्होंने तो बता दिया, अब ये क्या बोलने वाले हैं हमसे? Well, I'm going to talk to you about, as an employer, मैं क्या ढूंढ रही हूँ आपके resume में? What is it that I am going to be looking at? Why should I hire you? That would be my first question, right? As an employer, why am I going to pick you amongst those hundreds and thousands of resume that come onto my table day in and day out? How do you stand out? Right? गुरु ने तो of course बता दिया कि have that, वो झकास कहते हैं ना, वो झकास वाला objective statement होना जरूरी है. अगर वो है तो then yes, exactly. And as Sonal also mentioned, right, in that 5 to 6 seconds that I have, because that's all that, as a recruiter, as an employer, I only have 5 to 6 seconds to look at a resume. In those 5 to 6 seconds, if I'm able to kind of see that, okay, the objective statement kind of showcases, it is basically, it is you on a piece of paper. How are you marketing yourself on a piece of paper is basically what resume is all about. और वो 5-6 सेकंड मुझे ये बताएगा, चाहे वो पब्लिक सेक्टर में हो या फिर प्राइवेट सेक्टर में, हर एक रिक्रूटर के पास सिर्फ इतना ही समय होता है देखने के लिए कि ये कैंडिडेट हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को ज्वाइन कर सकता है कि नहीं कर सकता. और फिर अब सबसे एक और बहुत ज्यादा अहम बात है, जो चीज होती है रेज्यूमे में, वो ये है कि क्या आपने वो सारे, जैसे सोनल जी ने बताया था कि वो कीवर्ड्स जो भी यूज किया था, वो जो जब हम लोग जिस माध्यम पे हमने वो जॉब पोस्टिंग दिया होगा, चाहे वो हमारे वेबसाइट पे हो, चाहे न्यूज़पेपर में हो, या लिंक्डइन या इंडीड, आप सब जानते होंगे monster.com and Naukri, all of these, right, websites. What is it that you need to pick? You need to build your resume based on whatever is the job posting. तो job posting में जो लिखा जाता है ना कि हमें ऐसे somebody who has worked on so and so, like Guru was mentioning Tally, Java, Python, या फिर organization and skills, depending upon which, like if I come from a creative world, so I will be asking about if anything pertaining to creativity. So how creative have you been? So based on the requirement, कहते हैं ना कि जब हम लोग एग्जाम लिखते हैं, आप सब स्टूडेंट्स ही हो, तो जब कई बार ऐसे होता है ना कि आंसर जो होता है, क्वेश्चन का आंसर क्वेश्चन में ही रहता है. So your resume is also exactly the same thing. The job description actually has got the answer for what needs to go into your resume. It's just as simple as that. So what is it? Pick the same thing. Make multiple, have multiple drafts of resume. ऐसे नहीं कि जो पहली बार बना दिया बस वही fantastic piece है. It's not your masterpiece. There will always be multiple versions of the same thing. Pick the keywords, because as a recruiter, as an employer, I'm just going to look at you. Will you be able to fulfill all of those job description that I have given out during my ad? कि क्या मैं उसमें से ये जो चीज रहते हैं ना कि has handled 10 people or has handled, because you're all students, so I'll be talking about that, right? You would have organized cultural events, you would have attended NCC camps, right? So I would be looking at those keywords in your objective statement, in your achievements, because as you're all students, I would suggest that have a very impactful objective statement, putting your achievements right on top. क्योंकि किसी के पास टाइम नहीं रहता कि पूरा मैं पढ़ती जाऊं. ऊपर का, it is just those 15 to 20 words right on top that will determine if I am going to take you on to the next round of interview या नहीं. Because for me to filter, this is the best way for me to be picking up कि हाँ मैंने ये देखा वो, and even the HR would give me your resume based on only those keywords that would have been listed. The HR would not look for anything else other than whatever has been listed. That's it. That's what goes into various departments. मैं वही बोल रही हूँ, चाहे वो public sector में हो, private sector में हो, creative field में, कि जिस किसी industry में भी हो, बस वही है. और एक और बात जो मैं definitely कहना चाहती हूँ कि one size does not fit all. ये प्लीज आप मान के मत चलिएगा कि एक ही रेज्यूम में आप हर एक जॉब के लिए या फिर अलग अलग इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए भी आप वो एक ही रेज्यूमे आप हर जगह दे सकते हो, बिल्कुल नहीं. यू आर हेडेड टुवर्ड्स being rejected if you send the same resume out to different people. So please modify, and it's all in your statement. It is all in your summary statement, objective mein, jahan pe you will be actually saying that, when I'm going to look at it as an employer, I will only be reading, why do you want to work in my company? Why is it that you want to join my company, my organization, and how can you help my organization? Will you help us in terms of the knowledge that you bring? Will you help us in terms of various other elements, you being a team player? जैसे हम कहते हैं ना कि हम यहाँ पे तो हम सारे एनसीसी कैडेट्स हैं, हम सब एनसीसी कैडेट्स रह चुके हैं. So, it is always also a good idea in your resume to have headers, let's say leadership skills. So you have been, you've led a contingent. या फिर you've been the class prefect, या फिर the head boy or head girl in a school. That showcases leadership skills. You have been able to kind of, हम लोग line area, flag area सब करते हैं. So you work, चाहे वो गर्मी हो या ठंड हो, कुछ भी हो, आप you will be there at that time, right? So that shows that you will work under any circumstances. As an employer, that is basically what I'm going to be looking at. That are you flexible? Can you work under any circumstances? Are you somebody who can take up challenges? ये जो one good thing about an NCC cadet or a sports person or anybody passionate about anything that you do, right? That every Saturday or every Sunday morning, no matter however late the previous evening would have been, I will always wake up at 5 a.m., be there at my parade at 6 o'clock, and I will be in my uniform in my best possible way. Now, doing that consistently over a period of time, and when I see NCC written in the resume, or when I see a state level sports person, or a district level or a national level, I know for sure you have that discipline in you, because that's what NCC inculcates in us. What NCC also gives us is about, the opportunity of traveling, even as a sports person, right? You will be traveling, you'll be meeting so many different people, knowing so many different cultures. So all of those elements that can be brought in to into your resume, and those are the key things. Or just as Sonal ne kaha, it's just not about saying that, I'm a blood donor. It's about, I've donated blood every year. As an employer, I will see, oh my God, this person is passionate about what they engage in. And it could be about leadership skills, about time management skills, about community service, jo volunteering kaam jo aap kar rahe ho. Being even, in today's days and time, being a COVID volunteer, right? So, COVID warrior, jaise kehte hain. All of these things are very, very essential. And that can only happen if you have been able to put it in your resume, right on the top section of your resume too, right? So your accomplishments, your achievements are very, very essential. Whatever may be the achievements, which are like, you have been, you've been the cultural secretary in college. Now that is an achievement too. So, looking at that, we know you've got good organizing skills. It'll talk to us a lot about what you are as an individual. And as Sonal and you also mentioned about action words, उन्होंने कहा बहुत सारे, कई बार उन दोनों ने कहा कि action words बहुत जरूरी है. तो action words होते क्या है? जैसे communication में, मान लीजिए, when you're talking about communication, I have reported, I have arranged, I've organized, I have composed, I've negotiated. Those are some of the words. So your statements should start with that, right? Or if you are applying for a creative field, I have acted, I have directed, I have conceived the idea, I have established, I have planned, I have spearheaded a group, and analytical skills, I've, accounted for, I have estimated, I have raised, I have staffed. Those are the key words that we would be looking at in your resume. Leadership skills, I have administered, I have chaired, I have employed, or I have, overseen the food packaging that was done for relief work during the floods, all of those things talk a lot about what you are. and as they say, quantify it in a short period of time. That's the best way that you can रेज्यूमे, जैसे कहते हैं ना कि ये ट्रेलर है और ट्रेलर से ही पता चलता है कि ब्लॉकबस्टर, यानी कि योर रेज्यूमे which is which is you in a piece of paper, as I mentioned earlier, right? So it's you in a piece of paper, and in that short period, if you can grab my attention as an employer, as a recruiter, by telling me how you can help me in my organization, by being a value add to my organization, but those are the things that is going to get you picked up first. Now, during this pandemic, I'm sure all of us, including me myself, we've all been trying to upskill, right? चाहे वो किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी का कोर्स हो या कुछ भी हो. So it's a very good idea to be talking about your currently achieved skill set, the new skill sets that you have added even as a student. And please remember to include your internship. As a student, if you've attended internships, as a working professional, you would be starting off a resume with the various skill sets that you have had and how you can be evaluated. So that is the most essential part that is checked at in a resume, even by an employer, चाहे वो किसी भी industry, किसी भी field में हो. Right. So, here's a question to Guru.
So what is required? So as we all spoke, the first half of a resume is what makes sense. So the first half, you have everything professionally and precise and everything. So a little bit decorative, that's well and good. So that would be the answer for that question. And there's another question for you, Sonal, now actually. So has the focus on entertain certain elements changed through the years? What are the new elements that the companies focus on nowadays? Could you hear me?
You'll have to repeat that.
Has the focus on certain elements changed throughout the years? So what are the new elements that the companies focus on nowadays? Current situation is what the question is.
Okay. Right. Okay, I'll see till about 10 years back, if I was recruiting for a consumer durable position, a position in the consumer durable industry, they were open to taking people from other industries as well. Age was not that big a criteria as it is now. The institutes from where you passed out was not that big a criteria. But now those things have come into play. Candidates are becoming, like Deepa mentioned, people have upskilled. So candidates, the kind of pool that is available out there, that's really vast, and they're all talented individuals. So now people are looking for a candidate who fits the bill completely. Nobody is willing to spend a lot of time in getting a person and then training them and then, wasting time. They want results from the first day onwards. So that kind of a trend has coming now. They want people from their industry. They're very specific about the kind of colleges you should have passed out from, what kind of percentage they want the person to have achieved in their educational, scholastic record. Then the kind of basically IT skills, as you would know, that a person should have, or any other kind of technical skills they should have.
So the next question, okay, this is for me, I believe. Okay, what are the details that must be avoided on a resume? Hello. Yeah. So what are the details that must be avoided on a resume? Perfect. So as I mentioned earlier, so I mentioned you the details that must be there on a resume. So now coming to what shouldn't be there on a resume, two major things. First thing, your objective. So I, as a recruiter, I've seen so many people copy paste objective. The resumes at a whole will be a copy paste. So the objectives too would be a copy paste. So only once when you sit and write a resume for yourself, you won't have the generic objective statement what is there. So you would sit and understand, okay, I'm applying for this profile, I'm applying for this company. What is it I will do for the company? What is it I have for the company from my end? That 3 to 4 lines from your summary or your objective part after your contact is what is important. And then when it comes to the skills, right? When it comes to soft skills, there's a lot of people who write hardworking, dynamic, flexible, honest, and all this stuff. So this is way outdated, if you say, because see, now any company will require all this as a very default or a basic thing. So if I want you, I need you to be by default be honest, and you must be dynamic, you must be a hardworking person, and you definitely should be flexible in the sense adapting to change whatever the company is providing for the employee or the candidate. So that these are the things that you should omit while writing a resume. So first thing, do not keep it generic, and second thing would be, do not have a very old or very unique. I mean, have a very unique skill set. That would be the thing. So, Sonal ma'am, there's another question for you. Should I write my own resume or get it professionally written?
Okay, I
Okay, perfect, ma'am. So we have a person called Kaushal asking this question. So good evening. I have a career gap of around 4 years and 4 years of career gap and 6 years of work experience. How do I make my resume attractive for the employer?
Okay, good evening to you. If you have a career gap, see, work experience, of course, should come on a resume, but what matters more is what kind of job are you applying for right now. If you are shifting a domain, if you were previously into, say, for example, finance, and now you want to get into marketing, then that finance experience of 6 years is not really going to add value to the current area. So I would say if you want to write that in 1 or 2 lines at the very end of your resume, and you can always explain that part if you called for an interview. Now, as far as the gap is concerned, 4 years is a long time. What were you doing in those 4 years? You have to not tell me as a recruiter what you were doing. Show me by actionable words, like these people have said. So, were you pursuing your MBA program? Were you pursuing any other kind of a degree, maybe in US or some other foreign university? Or were there some family problems? If there were some family problems, then even during that period, you must have done something to earn a living or upskill or any other such kind of certification you may have followed. So clearly mention those things in your resume because they will add value then.
Okay. And there's another question for you again, Sonal ma'am. So the question is, should hobbies and interests be mentioned in the same line of a resume?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. I would say, see, if your hobby is watching movies or hanging out with your friends or drawing or painting, I would say please omit that. Please leave that out because it does not really add any value to your candidature. When I see your CV, your resume, and I see that you like to paint, I expect that you should have done something more in it. That is what I want as a recruiter. So, a hobby in any case is basically an activity which can translate into a skill. So, if you have a hobby that you have pursued, for example, you are a Bharatnatyam dancer and you have, attained some certification, you pursued that hobby consistently over the years. Or if you're a singer, you've got some certifications in singing, or maybe you could be an artist and you have taken the national art examination. Put those things should definitely come, but the fact that you like watching movies, hanging out with friends, reading books, omit that unless you are able to quantify it. That would be my suggestion.
Okay. So now moving on to the audience. So we have a few people who have risen their hands. So if the mic could be passed to them, that would be great for the questionnaire session. A happy face. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Gaurav. A very good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir. My question is, if can I mention some skills and accomplishments if I don't have certificates for them?
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, Guru, would you like to take this, Guru?
So as we already mentioned in the earlier parts, so where it comes in the achievement section. So what we clearly mentioned was, if you have certificates, only if it is quantifiable, is it advised to have there? Because see, even anybody can go ahead writing multiple things on the resume, which might or may not be true. So only if it is quantifiable and you have solid proof for that, go ahead and first thing you do is write it there. If not, just don't put yourself in the negative aspect. So that will be the answer for that. So yeah, that will be that. We have Divya Rani, Vijayawada, India. Hi, Divya. We're not able to hear you clearly. If you
Hello,
can just
Divya. What is
come
your
right up.
question?
Okay, sir. Yes, I'm going to the Kusmaka.
Hey, Divya.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello,
go ahead and ask
Divya.
your
You're
question.
audible.
I'm not able to listen your sir voice.
So go ahead and ask your question. We're able to hear you.
Okay, then I'm the NCC student.
Okay.
How can I prepare my resume right now to use for civil services?
So your question is how to prepare a resume for a civil service, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then I'm the NCC cadet and also a national sports person.
All right.
Hello, Deepa. We're back. So I think Sonal
Okay.
Ma would be answering that question for us.
Hello. All right.
Okay,
Thank
yes.
you. Good to have both of you.
Okay, so Divya, I think is Divya. Can she hear me? Should I continue with the answer?
Quickly go ahead, Sonal Ma'am. I think that question is apt for you.
Okay. Okay. So Divya very specifically asked that she's an NCC cadet and a sports person, and she's applying for the national civil services. So what kind of resume does she need to craft? There are a few qualities in you which are inherent, which I will take for granted, and I will be attracted towards picking up that resume. Now, what are those qualities? I know that you will be disciplined. I know that you will be able to follow orders. I know that you will be able to work well in teams. I know that you will be dedicated, you will be punctual, you'll submit your work on time, you will be able to lead, you'll be able to solve problems should a situation arise in which you have to take the lead, you'll be able to do it. So, that is what you should lead with on your resume. Keep it crisp, but mention those details.
All right. Thank you. We have one more question, and this is for Sonal. If I'm applying for a second job because I had a problem with my earlier company, should I mention it in my resume?
Should I mention that I had a problem with the earlier company? That's why I'm applying? Is that what you mean to ask? Okay,
I'm
I'll answer
applying
anyways.
for a second job because I had a problem with my earlier company. Should I mention that in my resume? Is the question that has been asked.
Sure. Can I go ahead and answer this, Deepa?
Yeah, please, Guru, go ahead. Yes, I was just coming to you.
You as a candidate or you as an who is applying for a job should portray yourself as a positive person. So if you are mentioning this part in your resume, that wouldn't be a good appeal for the the employer's end. So do not mention this. You cannot mention this because this will be a problem for you. The chance of you getting selected or something would be slightly thing because you are not a team player. That's how it will be portrayed for the other person. So the advice would be not to mention this, but you give them another reason which will be more valuable or acceptable.
Thank you, Guru, for that. And I see yet another question that is coming in. This is from Manisha, and actually, it is addressed to you only, Guru. So, what are the major mistakes that a fresher makes while preparing a resume, and how to avoid it?
See, the major mistake is the freshers tend to forget there are three different things. There's something called the biodata, there's something called the resume, and there's something called a CV. So what we are doing here is writing a resume. So what is a resume? As we all told, it is a piece of paper with your educational qualification, your skill qualification, all everything.
Hello.
बोलिए Pulki. You are audible. बोलिए.
Excuse me, ma'am.
So,
As I am also an NCC cadet,
raise their hand. So, can he
so I was having a doubt if we will prepare a resume for a job like in a
And
news organization. So
he's not audible.
will there
Jen?
will be helpful and resume.
Mr. Yadav is not audible at all. There's a lot of static.
Okay, seems like we've lost Pulki due to some connectivity
Yeah.
issues. Yeah. So let me move on to the next question. Sonal, this question is for you. All right. Sonal, I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah.
The question is from Tanvi. She says, can we consider public speaking as a quality and put that in our resume?
Absolutely. Okay, Tanvi, that's a very interesting question. Public speaking, yes, it is a quality, and it can definitely be mentioned. But I would say don't tell a recruiter that you are kind of, you've participated in events or something like that. You need to show them via examples. So if you enjoy public speaking, please give a few examples in your resume of events where you have spoken. Could be a college fest, could be a school event, could be an inter event. There are a lot of these open mic competitions nowadays in different clubs. There are poetry open mic or short storytelling or even extemporary open mic competitions. So please give those examples, because that will give me a clearer idea about you as a person.
Right. Thank you, Sonal. And I'm just going to be taking keeping a tab on the time. I'm going to be taking one of our last few questions. Guru, this question is for you from Parmesh Shetty. It's better to write your resume with your own handwriting or a typed one. Which is better?
I think we are in the era of electronic gadgets and everything, right? So it is prescribed to have typed resume. So we're no more in 1980s or 1990s. So having an e-copy of your resume is best. And now you know how to write a resume.
Okay, what Guru is actually just trying to tell you is it is a good idea now. Now that we are in 2020, it's always a better idea to have a soft copy version of it, take a printout of it, and then send it across. It's because we are using email, and even if you have to send it across, it's always better. बिकॉज कभी कभी हर किसी का हैंडराइटिंग तो नहीं पढ़ पाता पर जब टाइप किया गया है तो फिर एटलीस्ट वो आसान हो जाता है एंड अगेन टॉकिंग अबाउट द रेज्यूमे टाइप it's very essential that you pick up Times New Roman या फिर Calibri or Arial font. Please have one single font that you use throughout your resume, and with a similar, it should be like Times New Roman 12. That should be your font size. Or Arial 12. So please see that even you pay attention to that too. All right, so we have, this question is for you, Sonal, and this is coming from Facebook. If I have applied for a particular position, but the company chooses me for another, should I write a new resume?
No, there's absolutely no need, because you've already been chosen by the company, right? So they've already offered you a job. So there is no need to write a new resume. But yes, this experience, when you apply for your next job, will definitely come in handy to you.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you, Sonal. As our concluding thoughts before I talk to our whole audience about the next upcoming amazing webinar that we have in store. ये तो ट्रेलर है, पर जो आगे की पिक्चर होने वाली है उसके बारे में जो मैं बात करना चाहती हूँ, उससे पहले any concluding thoughts by each of you? So Guru, do you want to be going first? Okay, while we wait for Guru, Sonal, what are your concluding thoughts?
To conclude, all I'll say is that keep your resume short. Make sure it reflects your best qualities. Like Guru had mentioned earlier, you are advertising yourself to a prospective employer. And when we want to get a job somewhere, we'll not lead with negative qualities, right? You'll always lead with the positive. You'll always lead with a positive foot. So keep your resume short. Give all the relevant information that is required. Follow the font sizes as Deepa has mentioned, and basically make sure that whatever information you're putting in there is yours. It is not copy pasted from somebody else's resume. That's most vital.
Thank you, Sonal. Guru, any concluding thoughts from your side?
Sonal ma'am just ate out
All right,
all
I'm
of
sure
what I
what
wanted
Guru
to
is
say.
trying to tell us all is this, that
Can you hear me?
that's the advantage.
Yeah, no, rebel.
Yes.
Uh,
What are your thoughts, Guru?
So ultimately, see, there is a specific pattern in what a resume is to be written, but there's no specific way or what to say a template to be written. There's millions of templates, but there's a particular order. So that is what you guys should follow. Not does not matter if it is the pattern or the decoration on a resume, but depends on the content, depends on what you are looking for, and depends on the recruiter or the hiring team is looking for. That is what I would like to conclude with.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you for those thoughts. And while I'm also going to be, what I would say from my end is have a resume checklist, a checklist that would say that, okay, how long is my resume? Is it short? Is it crisp? Is it simple? Does my resume have a good impact statement? Is it all in the same font? Is there a balance between the space and the reading content? So do I have, that balance between the spaces and everything that I've filled in a resume. So again, I would just want to say कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा कम समय रहता है हम एम्प्लॉयर्स के पास आपके रेज्यूमे को देखने के लिए, तो उन 5 या 6 सेकंड्स में आप जितने अच्छे तरह से अपने आप को मार्केट कर सकते हो सारे कीवर्ड्स को रख के, और फिर whatever you can showcase it, that's basically what is the most essential. Your 15 to 20 first few words determines your resume being picked. And again, to emphasize, one size does not fit all in a resume, right? So you've got to change it as per what your employer is looking. Look at the job description and modify your resume accordingly too. So while we are at this, I would also want to tell all of our audience that our very next interesting episode is going to be on building, is going to be on, अभी ट्रेलर तो देख चुके हैं, और फिर जो ब्लॉकबस्टर होने वाला है वो है how to crack the job interview. आपने तो, you put yourself on a piece of paper. Now it's about how are you going to showcase yourself in person to the interviewer. So join us on 26th of July at 6:30 p.m. for our next webinar, How to Crack the Job Interview. And all of you who've attended AirMeet, please fill up the feedback form by downloading the Expa Cadet app. If you have not already done it, please download it from the Google Play Store. And you will also be receiving certificates for this webinar once you have filled in the feedback form. A document, as we mentioned earlier, a document such as a giveaway would be there for you all to know how to, how a resume building will help you get that, get your resume being picked up. So this document will be made available in the library of our app. It's the Expa Cadet app. And a recording of this episode will also be available on Wednesday on our YouTube channel. So remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Expa Cadet Program. And please do follow us on all of our social media handles or to know more about all of our upcoming webinars on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and download our Expa Cadet app at the Google Play Store. So उम्मीद है कि हमारा जो ट्रेलर का सेशन था आप सबके लिए बहुत ही लाभदायक रहा है, and you've been able to gain good inputs in terms of how to make your resume a standout resume. So building a standing out resume was the topic today, and I hope all of you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you all. We will see you on 26th at our next webinar. Thank you.